What's up, everybody? This is DJ Flavor with 93.9 WKYS, and today is a special day. We are in the building celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the DC Public Schools Empowering Males of Color Initiative. Special shout-outs going out to Mayor Muriel Bowser and Chancellor Kaya Henderson for taking a stand in support of our young kings. For all the adults out there listening, hey, I need you to make sure you go sign up to be a mentor. To all my young brothers out there, know that your city supports you. It takes a city, y'all.
The work of empowering males of color is absolutely critical to the future of the District of Columbia. When you think about our economy, there are roughly 30,000 new jobs that are created in this city every single year, but only 5% of those jobs go to DC residents. What that tells you is that many native Washingtonians are being locked out of this city's future. One of the best ways that we can combat that is with a strong public education system. But what we know is that many urban public school districts are struggling to properly support Black and Latino males throughout the nation, which is why we're proud to follow in President Obama's call to action with My Brother's Keeper in supporting our boys here in DC. We have 3 goals. One is the successful launch of 500 for 500, a mentoring through literacy program that we do in conjunction with the community. 2, the initiation of a grant program that's specifically targeted to develop innovative ways to better support our boys in DCPS schools. And 3, the launch of an all-male college preparatory high school east of the Anacostia River.
The first thought that went through my mind was, finally, and how did it take this long, and who came up with this idea, because it's brilliant, and yet so simple. When we look at all of our data, what we're seeing behaviorally, academically, it's our boys who are not succeeding at the level that our girls are. And that's across the board, it's across grade level. This is something that has been a long time coming, and I think it's something people may not have wanted to say for a very long time, but it's something that the data is showing us needs to get done, and it needs to be done beyond just the school.
This program shaped me into becoming an academic leader for this school. I got my first A last year, and I made honor roll for the first time last year as well, and I'm very grateful for this program.
So I'm really excited that Ballou High School was awarded the EMOC grant, because it really forces us to focus on a subset of students. And we know that typically African American boys are lumped into just urban education.
Mr. Neal, who is my counselor, I knew him for 9th grade year, since my 9th grade year, and he's been a great mentor to me. Every time we see each other in the hallway, he always wants me to talk about my grades and what I could do with my future planning, and what I could, better myself as a person and take that leadership and help somebody else. I think that's the main key that he wanted to talk about. And from that point on, me and him had a great connection, and we always talk about striving for greatness.
We wrote a very ambitious proposal to send boys on international and domestic trips to explore issues of civil rights, their own identity, and working as a collective. So not only will a cohort of young men travel with LearnServe to Africa on a service trip, but we will also have a cohort of young men design their own domestic civil rights investigation as well. In addition, we're thrilled that DCPS allowed us room in the grant to build space for a half-time position that will allow a staff member to focus exclusively on EMOC work to make sure that the coordination exists, to make sure that all of these things actually happen.
There are 3 ways we can get people from the community involved in mentoring. 1, being trained and placed by community-based organizations. 2, being placed in a Saturday Strong Academy. And 3, being placed in an in-house mentoring program led by school-based staff.
August 2016, we're opening the doors to an all-male public high school at DCPS. How exciting is that? 150 young men coming into this school as young men, with the goal in 4 years that there will be 600 young men who are leaving those doors as men with a skill set to navigate their world, whether they go to college or to some other profession. We are excited about this mission because, 1, we know that it takes a community to raise a young man, but guess what? It takes this city to raise their young men. And we're gonna make sure that everybody in this community understands that they have to participate in growing these young men, to preparing these young men to be men. They're gonna set a standard, and everybody that participates in this is gonna make sure that we set the bar high and that those young men can reach for that standard and be who they want to be.